Hi everybody. So we are here today. Oh my gosh, my hair. Okay. We are here today, which pulls my hair, to tell a story. I was inspired by a podcast that I heard to share the story of my first kiss. I think that it's just a really silly story, and just in time for Valentine's Day, I think it would be a nice story to tell. Just because it's kind of silly. So I'll give some backstory first, and then I'll tell the story. So I had my first kiss when I was 12 years old. Actually, know the exact date, but I was in 7th grade. I was 12 years old. And I had a crush on this boy who ended up being my middle school boyfriend. Then we had some run-ins in high school, but we were basically just friends after middle school. But in middle school, he we didn't go to school. We were neighbors. So for some backstory, I grew up in an area where it was really super safe. The way that I kind of explain it is we kind of grew up like in the 50s, and we would like ride our bikes, and we would just go out and be called back out the window until dark. All of the parents knew each other because we all lived, we were all neighbors. So I was lucky enough that I was the perfect age for this big group of kids. And we had about 5 families, I think it was, that all had kids within the same, I was in the middle, like some kids were 1 year younger, some kids were 1 year older, and then there were some outliers, like people had siblings that were a lot older or a lot younger, but I was the perfect age to be part of this group. And so we were friends. This group got together a couple months before this. So right before my 12th birthday, we all got together and became friends, and then this happened about 2 months later. So I had a crush on one of these kids, and he apparently had a crush on my best friend. So, yeah, there's the backstory. So anyway, but because, like I said, we had this big group of friends, we would have these giant sleepovers where like all of the kids from the entire neighborhood, basically, not all of the kids obviously that exist in the neighborhood, but like all of this big group of kids, we'd all go over one person's house, and we'd all sleep over at one person's house. And typically it was the houses that had both a brother and a sister. So this family, the boy that I liked, he had a twin sister. We had another family that had boy-girl twins that were a year older than us, and then another family that had boy-girl twins that was also a year older than me, and the boy that I liked and his sister. And so we were all friends, and so we would have sleepovers at the houses that had both boys and girls at them. Then one of my friends also had an older brother. He's 3 years older than us, but because she had a brother, we were able to have sleepovers at her house also. So my house never had it because I just had me and my sister, but a lot of times we would have sleepovers at the boy's house who I had a crush on, because they had a big basement and we could all just sleep on the same like giant king-size sofa in the basement. Between the king-size sofa and the floor with blankets, we could just all sleep together there. We had a TV down there and stuff, so we'd watch movies and just fall asleep. But anyway, also in the basement was their older brother, who's 4 years older than us. His bedroom was down there, and he was gone that night, so we had full run of his bedroom. So we decided to all get together and go into his bedroom and play truth or dare. And we were playing truth or dare, blah blah blah. All the girls knew that I had a crush on this kid, and the girls, I forgot who it was, but one of the girls, maybe it was his sister, his twin sister, dared me and him to kiss because they knew that I had a crush on him, and they thought that he liked me, I guess, or maybe his sister knew that he didn't like me or whatever. But anyway, this was not his first kiss. He had been a little child hoe, basically. I'm just kidding, obviously, I have no judgment. But he had had his first kiss in in elementary school, like he had kissed girls before, and So he didn't know this was my first kiss, but my first kiss was a truth or dare. And we went into, so we kissed, and then my friends made a really big deal about it, and we had like a fake wedding where me and him got married, and we had like confetti or something. My best friend threw it at us, and they were like, okay, you guys are married now. And we actually, I mean, I pulled that joke all the way home to like when I got with my future boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend, in high school. I was like, hey, I need to ask you for a divorce from this other kid. So, and he was like, Lizzie, you're stupid. But but he understood what I was talking about. He knew. So anyway, it was just kind of ridiculous. So we made a big deal about it, and I was like super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a boyfriend now because this boy likes me, and we just kissed twice in one night, and this is such a big deal, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day happened, and he's just straight up like, girl, that meant nothing to me. That kiss was a truth or dare kiss. I didn't mean anything by it, and I was so devastated. I used to be a giant crybaby, and I literally cried for like 3 hours straight, being like, oh my gosh, I thought he liked me, and I'm not good enough, and nobody likes me, blah, blah, blah. So dramatic, so over the top. But, you know, I was legitimately upset. But I think that I kind of like pulled out like the waterworks and the fireworks for everybody to make it more dramatic, because I was pissed also. Like, I'm like, how could you literally be so rude to me? From then on, I mean, from, you know, after that, he's like, look, if it means that much to you, I'll give you a chance, basically. And I forgot exactly how it panned out, but from there on, we ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend in 7th grade, and then broke up, got back together over the summer between 7th and 8th grade, broke up, got back together for a couple months. At the end, we actually got together on Christmas when we were in 8th grade, and we were together for 2 months, and then we broke up again and never got back together. But, you know, I mean, it was middle school. I could probably count on both my hands. I could probably count within those 2 years that we kissed, not on a truth or dare. But we were really, really good friends. Like, you know, we hung out all the time. We did a lot of adventures. I was friends with his mom, so like I would go over his house when him and his sister weren't even there, and hang out with her. And they had a 10-year younger brother, so I'd hang out with him, babysit him. Like, I mean, it was a whole thing. Like, I spent a lot of time with them. So yeah. But anyway, just thought I'd share because it was such a silly story, and it's kind of embarrassing, honestly, because like in the end he didn't even like me. I mean, eventually he liked me. Like, eventually he got to know me better and started liking me. So I think he liked me in 8th grade, so the second 2 times we went out. But the first time we were together, it was legit just like out of pity, and that's just so sad. So that's the story of my first kiss. And yeah, Parker's here to make her appearance. But yeah, just wanted to share that in time for Valentine's Day. I actually think I was inspired by my friend to, I'm gonna share some other funny stories about other people, and I will use code names for everybody, because not like anybody probably will ever see this out of them, but you know, just in case they ever heard, I wouldn't want to, you know, embarrass them, or I don't know, embarrass myself. So I will use code names, but I wanted to share some other stories. So this is the first of a couple for the week before and week after Valentine's Day. And thank you so much for watching. Please like my videos, because I really, really want to share my videos with other people. And yeah, all right.